Hello everybody, my name is Lainey Lanier and I'm getting ankle surgery. So for those of you who don't know, I'm a pole vaulter. I'm also a cheerleader. I've been an athlete my whole life. I grew up in competitive gymnastics and I started pole vaulting in 7th grade and I started cheering in 8th. So these are still things that I really love doing. So I was very concerned when I first got injured. The first thing I did was start searching up YouTube videos to find people in my situation for peace of mind, like seeing someone else go through it and get through it, get past it, and they're fine. Like that's what I was looking to find, but unfortunately there's not very many people in my situation that have made YouTube videos. There was one person I found that was extremely helpful, and I will link her down below so you can go watch her videos because those are the best ones that I found that helped me. So I decided to make my own videos, so maybe next time there is someone in my position, they don't feel like they're the only one going through it, because there's a lot of us right there. I was injured on October 24th. I was pole vaulting, and it was actually a really good day. It was one of the best days I've had. I was making a lot of progress. It was the beginning of me starting training for the season. It was going very well. I was jumping on bigger poles, longer poles, farther run. I was best time of my life, and I just got past an injury from last year when I broke a pole and I partially tore this tendon in my hand right here. Luckily, that kind of just healed over time. I went to physical therapy. It took from April to October to really stop hurting, but I just had finally gotten back into it and I was ready, and then this happened. So I was pole vaulting and I was super tired. I'd been vaulting for a while and I was like, I'll just do one more because I just had a really good one. I knew I could do better. And that was a mistake because you should not pole vault when you're too tired to pole vault. I knew that. I still know that. And I shouldn't have done it, but it was just a freak accident. I didn't even get to pole vault. I was running down the runway. I knew I was too tired. I didn't run the same. My run was off. So I dropped the pole and I was just gonna jump onto the mat because I was not gonna go up with a run that I was not comfortable with. I knew I was too tired. Unfortunately, when I jumped onto the mat, my spike got stuck in it and my foot folded over in between the mats. So my whole body is going down, my foot stayed here, so it kind of just folded all the way over. It was very, very painful. So I went to the ER right after it happened, basically, and they x-rayed my foot. It wasn't broken. They're like, it's just a really bad sprain. You're gonna be okay. Like, crutches for 2 weeks, a boot for 1 week. You'll be fine. And that was not the case, unfortunately. I did that. And I tried to get back into things, but I was still having a lot of pain and my foot just wasn't working the way that I knew that it always had, that it was supposed to. I've always been one to push through pain. I've had lots of injuries over the years. I don't let things like that stop me, even though sometimes I should. And it got to the point that the pain wasn't stopping me. My foot just was not letting me push. It was not letting me move. It was not letting me jump. I just was not able to do anything. It got to the point where I felt like I couldn't do it. No matter how hard I tried, my foot wasn't going to allow me to do that. And it wasn't because of pain. It just simply was not functioning how it's supposed to function. And so I tried getting in with doctors. I tried and tried. appointments kept getting pushed back because of COVID. And I finally got in. First doctor said, oh, yeah, this is bad. We got an MRI. They couldn't see anything on the MRI. Oh, it's just a sprain. You'll be fine. I go to another doctor. They're like, oh, well, you know, the MRI doesn't show anything. It's probably fine. But if you really feel like it's a problem, we'll send you to someone else. That took a long time to get in with that person. Finally did. And thank goodness I did, because I found the best doctor that I've ever had in my life. He was so good at explaining to me exactly what was wrong, what he would plan to do. He's like the first doctor that has ever like validated how I feel, instead of telling me, oh, well, things just hurt sometimes, you'll be fine. Like, he actually heard me out, what I had to say. Anyways, I just want to brag on him because he's a great doctor. So he put me in a boot for 3 more weeks to see if he could get the swelling down, and he put me on steroids, and that did not help. So I went back, and he's like, yep, this is a problem. You need surgery. It needs to be fixed if you want to compete at the next level. And I have been hoping, praying that I could pole vault in college one day. That's been my plan since I was a freshman in high school. I've always wanted to pole vault in college. And I actually had a meeting with a track coach a week after I was injured in October. And the point that he told me I needed surgery was February 21st, I believe. That could be wrong, but it was that week. So this has been months and months and months of not being able to jump and compete at the level that I usually can. And it was extremely frustrating. My phone camera keeps messing up, but I am determined to make this video, and I'm going to. So, continuing from what I just said, I had become really frustrated over time because I hadn't had much communication with my track coach since right after my injury, and it was February-ish whenever I had just barely started talking to him again. I met with him in March once, and I was under the impression that there really wasn't that much of a hope. Like, it was I can walk on if I want to. That's the impression that I got from it. And I became very frustrated, and I was like, maybe I should give up on this, especially in December. December was the roughest month for me amongst this whole injury time period. I was very down and not in a good mindset, and I just thought that everything was crashing down and nothing was going to work out. And this led me to pray a lot, to have faith and trust that I was going to be okay, even though I didn't know what okay looked like yet. So after praying about it a lot, I found this peace that I've never really had before. I was fully trusting that no matter what happened over the course of this year, I was going to be exactly where God wanted me to be in His plan, and that everything is going to work out for Him. He's going to make it that way. And no matter what that looked like for me, it was going to be exactly what I'm meant to be doing, what I'm supposed to be doing, that it was going to be okay. Surgery or no surgery, it's going to be okay. Track or no track, it's going to be okay. Cheer or no cheer, it's going to be okay. But I am not a perfect person, and I still have very much a mindset that I want to know what my future is going to look like. So after I was like, oh, track might not happen for me, and that's okay. Like, I'm thankful for what I've gotten to do. I'm proud of myself and my accomplishments that I've done, and if it happens, I'll be so grateful. But I wanted a backup plan because, well, not a backup plan, but I just wanted to know what next year was going to look like. So if track didn't happen, I'll cheer. I've been interested in cheering all year because it's been, up and down with track. I never was fully sure that would happen for me, even though I really hoped that it would. So I threw myself into cheer and to working on that and looking, more energetic and to working on my skills and being good enough to make a college team. And I really enjoy cheering. I do. I love it. It's always helped me build up my strength and endurance. And the years that I've done cheer and pole vault, I've noticed that I do jump better when I do both because I build up so much more endurance doing cheer. Not saying that you can't do that with a track workout. You totally can. But I work best in a group environment. And at my particular school, my high school, we didn't have that. There weren't very many people doing my workouts. There were no other pole vaulters that I really had to work with. So, and staying self-motivated has been hard for me, but I do my best. But cheer is something, that other people encourage you, and you get to be motivated with your whole team several times a week, and they look out for you. I do better in groups where there's clear instruction. Do this, 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 and this. And I really hope that's what track ends up looking like next year. But I wasn't sure. So, I kind of threw myself into this idea of, okay, well, I'm going to do cheer then. And that would be fun too. I would love doing that too. And from the beginning, I always said I was going to pick one. I was just going to do one. Asked me 3 months ago, I still would have said I just am going to do one. But amidst me throwing myself into cheer and, deciding in my mind, well, that's a real possibility, I might do that. I was offered a track scholarship out of nowhere. Well, not really out of nowhere, but it felt like out of nowhere because I had convinced myself that I shouldn't look forward to it because it might not happen. And so then I was faced with this decision. I was so excited to cheer. I was so happy with the idea of cheering. And I was also have been dead set on track all through high school. So I was in this time of such confusion. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know how my surgery's going to go. I was faced with a choice. Over the past month, I came to the realization that I can do both. I have been doing both. And they have made me better in each sport by doing both. And, if next year doesn't go well and I think it's too much on my plate, I can always just do one the next year. But I'm only going to be in college once. And I know that I could do it. I know that I'm a very determined person. And I have gotten a lot closer to the Lord over this experience. I've prayed a lot more. And I know that He's going to help me get through anything that life is going to throw at me. And I'm excited to work hard and do my best next year. So I tried out for cheer. I made it. And I did talk to both my coaches prior. They both knew that I was doing the other. So I promise. So anyways, if my coaches ever happen to see this, I'll probably be embarrassed. But also, thank you guys. Thank you for my track scholarship. Thank you for letting me on the cheer team. I'm so thankful that I get those opportunities and that I get to be the best version of me and I get to work hard and show everybody what I can do and what I can accomplish. And I'm excited to do my best and work as hard as I can. And I'm fully confident that I'll get through this and that I'm going to be okay. And I'm going to take y'all on every step of the ride. So y'all might be thinking, so what exactly is wrong with my ankle? I'm not a doctor, and that's a loaded question, but I'll do my best to explain as much as I can with the understanding that I have. So the tendon behind the outside of ankle bone is clicking, in and out, and it shouldn't be doing that. So that means one of two things. Either I split the tendon down the middle and it needs to be stitched back together, or the sheath holding it down is not holding it down and the whole tendon is clicking, and that would need to be fixed. So it's one of those two things. And then my ankle's also unstable, and if they can prove that it's more unstable than my other ankle, then they're also going to tighten my ligaments so I don't have as much instability and problems balancing. I'm not a doctor, so I can't really explain it better than that unless, someone explains it better than that to me, or in small, not doctor words. Not saying that they haven't tried. My doctor is very patient and is very good at explaining exactly what's going on, and I'm very thankful for him and how awesome he is, and I'm confident in his abilities to fix me. Anyways, I'm making these videos in case there's someone else in my situation who's looking for videos like this, to know that they're not alone, to see that they're going to be okay and that they'll get through it. And I know that I'm going to get through it, and that no matter what happens, it's going to be exactly what's meant to happen. And I'm ready. I got on YouTube to begin with to find people who were going through this and can make me feel better about going through it. And hopefully I can be that person for someone else. So if you're watching this, you're going to be okay. You're going to get through this. We're going to get through this together. So it is like 9 o'clock and I'm leaving at 4 a.m. to my surgery at 7. So you can see that I procrastinated making this video, even though I decided I was going to do it a long time ago. And I'm going to take you along for the ride, for the surgery, for the recovery. You're going to see it all. So if that's something that you want to watch and that you need to see if you're going through this, then, subscribe and get ready for more. I'll be back with updates and, just go through life with me for a few weeks, It'll be fun, I promise. So thank you for watching this video. I hope this is helpful if anyone else is, struggling with this. And I'll see y'all next time.